Hey guys, it's Janice from Ozark Family Homestead, and I have some girls here in the kitchen helping me out. I've got Anna over here, and Sarah is hiding off camera there. Say hi.
Hey, I'm cutting up chicken.
She's cutting up chicken. So we have a busy kitchen, but we're making homemade pizzas. And I know a lot of you guys had commented. We had shown you some of our homemade pizzas in a previous video, and a lot of you are like, I want the recipe for those homemade pizzas. So today is the day. It's finally worked out. Now the kitchen, I'm kind of being kicked out of the kitchen because Sarah is cutting up chicken because, let me see. Here, Anna, scoot out of the way here and show the big canner. She is going to be canning, pressure canning chicken, while I am making up the pizza dough for these homemade pizzas. So we're gonna get started on pizza dough in the dining room that is less busy. And Anna is gonna stay in here. She's already cooked up, let's see, the hamburger meat here for pizzas. And now she's cooking up the turkey meat with sausage seasoning. I will put that video in the description box too, the homemade sausage seasoning recipe. She's cooking that up for us now, and we, you and I, are gonna head into the dining room and start on the dough for the pizza crusts. So here we go. Okay, so over here at the dining room table, because this is the only space I've got available right now, and I've laid out a lot of the ingredients I'm going to use, and I'm going to tell you right up front that I am making the large family version of this. I'm making 4 big cookie sheet pizzas. So the measurements that I'm going to use, you may not want to use, or if you have a smaller family, go ahead and use these measurements and then put this dough in the freezer and you can pull it out and use it later on. So just look at it as meal prep instead of large family meal prep. But I will put the link for this recipe in the description box as well. It is a very quick and easy pizza crust, and that's what I like about it, is that it is quick and easy, because a lot of times when we're working outside, we come in and time has gotten away from us, so I have to hurry up and get something going for supper, and this usually does the trick. So we're going to start off with getting our yeast and our sugar mixture mixed up in some warm water and let that yeast start doing its job. So what I have here is 3 tablespoons of yeast. I've already measured it out so I don't have to do that on camera. 4 teaspoons of sugar. And now I'm going to go get 4 cups of warm water, and we're going to mix it all up here together. So I'll be right back with some warm water. Okay, got my water, and now what we're going to do, I made a little note on my recipe to use my bowl from my KitchenAid mixer. So this is going to save me some time, and I'm so glad I make a note about that on my recipes because it does help. So what I'm going to do is I am going to mix up the yeast and the sugar in this bowl with the warm water. I do want to point out I have already started my oven preheating it at 450 degrees. So that is going over there. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and pour the yeast in. Again, that's 3 tablespoons of yeast. And for the white sugar, 4 teaspoons of that. And then 4 cups, 4-ish cups, it's close, of warm water. I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to stir it all up. Let's see if I can come up here close. Oh. Can you see in there? And it's just mixing up. I'm going to let this sit. I'm going to finish stirring it all up so this is all dissolved. There it is. And let it sit for 10 minutes. And this yeast is...
Sorry.
What are you doing, Sarah?
I had a timer go off.
It's a busy kitchen, you guys. Sorry. So, Anna's cooking up that meat. Sarah's getting chicken going in the canner. And I'm getting pizza dough going. So, okay, I'm gonna set this aside, and then 10 minutes and I'll be back and we'll get going some more. All right, guys, while we're waiting on this 10 minutes, I thought I'd show you around here at all the other stuff that is going on in the kitchen. And some of the things here, we have a family gathering tomorrow. So these are 2 sugar-free chocolate brownies with a caramel, oh, not caramel, toffee topping with some pecans on there. And then this is a loaf of pumpkin bread in a beautiful loaf pan that Miss Donna, one of our viewers, sent us. I'm going to go over there and show you the pan here in just a minute. Okay, well actually this is the pan. The second loaf just came out, so I can't show you the pretty pan. I will before we end this video though. But this is the second loaf of pumpkin bread, and I'll show you the awesome pan whenever this cools down enough to actually remove the loaf out of here. And then Sarah's got the canner. Jars heating up here for the chicken that she's going to can up. Anna is finishing up that sausage for us. And, okay, Sarah. Chopping up chicken over here. That's going to go in the jars so we can have some shelf stable and not freezer dependent. Yeah. And David is updating our egg totals over there. We have a little dry erase board that we keep track of what eggs and stuff we get. You're putting things upside down?
It's easier to draw.
It's easier to draw that way. Okay, let me see what I need to do next. Okay, I've gotten everything ready for the next step. Our timer is about to go off for the 10 minutes, but Sarah is going to work on getting this pretty loaf out. And we're going to see what it ends up looking like. So you're going to cut off the edges?
Yeah, I gotta make it flat so it actually stays.
Okay. That's the timer for our yeast.
Do you want me to stop so you can do that? Or...
Okay. Yeah. I'll go do the next step, and then while the bread is kneading in the mixer, we can do this.
Okay.
Okay. That's the plan. Off we go. Okay, now that the timer has gone off, let's look over here at the yeast, and it's looking all puffy, a nice poof to it. So I'm going to just give it a little stir here. I hate to disturb it because it's just so pretty, but there it goes. Look at that. That was pretty. Okay, now we're going to be mixing in the oil, the salt, and the flour into this mixture over here. All right, there we go. Okay, for my 4 times the recipe, I am going to be adding in, let's see, and I've already measured it out, a ½ cup of olive oil here. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put in 4 teaspoons of salt, and I already just put it here in this measuring cup. And then the flour. 10 cups of flour. And I am just using all-purpose flour for this. And I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Actually, I'm going to recruit a child to come film at this point. Okay, Anna Mae is my camera woman now. So what we're going to do is, Anna, just focus in down here on the bowl, and we'll start putting all this 10 cups of flour in here. And then we're going to give it a good stir. And then, because I am making this big, large family batch, I am going to put this in my KitchenAid mixer. And you may not have to do this if you're making a smaller batch. Okay, it's all in there. And we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir before we then transfer it over to the KitchenAid mixer. There. It's just all coming together there. And by the time the KitchenAid is done with it, it's going to look like a real dough. Okay, before we move over there, I want to show my ingredients here. This is the salt that I use. I just get my Celtic sea salt from Azure Standard, and you can use whatever salt. That's no big deal. The extra virgin olive oil, I get ours at Sam's Club. For the yeast, I do have 2 different types of yeast on hand. This one here comes from Sam's Club, And this one here comes from Azure Standard. But the yeast that I'm using is active dry yeast. And again, all of this will be in the description box where the recipe information is. So, okay, we are going to head on over to the KitchenAid mixer and make this look like an actual dough. All right, to the KitchenAid, I'm going to use the handy dandy dough hook here. And I'm going to do this one-handed. There we go. That's a talent right there. And this one-handed. Goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and get it going here. We're just going to get everything incorporated together. And we're going to let it go until it looks like a dough. And while we're waiting on that, we're going to check out Sarah. You ready? Okay, here we go. You're cutting off the top.
Still a little warm.
Still warm. Just so it's nice and flat, so when it comes out of the pan, it's not, you know, got a big spot there on the bottom.
Yeah, if I didn't do this, when I would flip it, it just tip over.
Yeah, or maybe even crack in half because of that big lump on the bottom. See, and now we get to eat that part. That's the way that works. Now the first loaf came out beautifully. We're going to see if the second one comes out perfectly or not. Da, da, da. Okay, let me show everybody the loaf pan. It's got pumpkins on there and wheat as well. Okay. Is it coming out? Beautiful! And this would be made with pumpkin that we roasted and pureed and homegrown.
Yep.
Good stuff. So this is for the family gathering tomorrow too. Yes. And everybody's going to say, "Oh, Sarah, that's so pretty."
Hopefully they say it tastes good.
And it tastes good too. There we go. Okay, I'm going to show you guys and up close. Ooh, look at the details. Pretty bread. And it smells good in here too. Okay, here is the actual pan that we were given. In case anyone wants to find it from Nordic Ware, we are thoroughly pleased with it. The pan had so many details in it that I was concerned, oh, it's gonna stick, and you know, what if this and what if that, but I mean, just look at it, it came out beautifully. So, all right, now we're gonna see who wants pumpkin bread. There you go. All right, the dough here is looking pretty smooth. So I'm pleased with the way it's looking. I'm going to get Abigail. She has volunteered. Let's go over to the table and we'll show everybody what you're going to be doing. I put some olive oil on each of these cookie sheets here. These are the stainless steel cookie sheets that I got from Amazon. I don't even remember how many years ago. A while ago, and I am thoroughly pleased with these, and I try to recommend them every time I use them in a video. So we have a Amazon storefront, and I'm going to put a link there if you want to upgrade your cookie sheets. These are great, and they're stainless steel. So if you click our family's link, you will get the cookie sheets delivered to your home, but our family will get a little bit of a commission from it. So it works out good for everybody, and they can make cookies at their house. Yeah, okay. So Abigail's gonna start smearing this oil around all over these sheets. You already washed your hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay, clean hands. Go ahead and start smearing it all around. We can always add more oil if we need to. We just want enough on there to where our crust does not stick to it.
So terrible.
That would be terrible, wouldn't it?
And then we burnt.
You'd have to eat your pizza with a spoon then. We'll just
Or a knife.
dump your pizza in a bowl and then you can eat it with a spoon. So if it sticks, we're going to say, oh, it's Abigail's fault.
It's not my fault. You told me to do it.
Okay, you keep working on those 4 cookie sheets And I'm gonna go turn off the mixer and check on that dough. Anna beat me to it. All right, let's see here. Again, one-handed with the camera. Let's see what we think here. Yeah, I need to just feel it with my hands to see if it's ready. I think it looks good just from the visual here. It looks nice and smooth. I'm going to get a space cleared out on the counter,
Good luck.
is easier said than done. Sarah, what have you done to my kitchen?
Played around.
You played around. She's just been playing around all day. No, see, we have other stuff going on too, because in addition to the desserts on the table and the pizza stuff on the table and the canning of the chicken, what was that?
I popped the lid.
Okay.
Because I was screwing
Okay.
up on.
We also are making a 7-layer salad for the family gathering tomorrow. That's what the bacon, the turkey bacon here is for. And we have a Mexican layered dip that we're making as well. So this will get cleaned up. I know it looks like a disaster, but there are lots of things going on here. Okay, so Anna Mae is my camera woman again, and I'm going to go ahead and take this off the KitchenAid. Anna, you show everybody what it looks like. See how smooth it is? That's what you want it to look like. It's starting to rise here in the bowl again. So I've put some flour here on the counter, and I'm now going to attempt to remove it from the bowl onto the counter. Putting a little bit of olive oil on my hands, because I have a feeling this is going to stick, and I'm going to want more, I think. It's a very sticky dough. Okay. Maybe you go get me a knife, and I want to scrape the bowl here
You
with
put a
the
knife?
knife. Yes, a butter knife, baby.
Okay.
I got another spoon, not in that one, Mama. Spoon in this one, and I'm gonna do a little sprinkling so it's not quite so hard to handle. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and scrape this. Because we don't waste food in this house, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to need to divide this up into 4 sections. Squeak, did you hear the squeak? Okay. Look how pretty it is, guys. I like how pretty it is. Okay, we're going to divide this up into 4 sections. I'm pretty sure I have one of these in our Amazon store too. These little scrapers are handy dandy. So I'm going to use it to just eyeball 4 sections here in half that way. And again, they don't have to be perfect, just roughly the same there. And now we need to get these over to the cookie sheets that we have on the table that Abigail has oiled perfectly. And we're going to squish, squish, spread it out all over the cookie sheets. Are you going to help me?
Yes.
Okay. Anna, what we're going to do now is we're going to pause the video and we'll go over to the table with all of our bread dough. Yep, you can go ahead and plop it on there. Plop, plop.
It sticks. It's like Play-Doh.
It sticks like Play-Doh. Okay, we're gonna start spreading it out. Now I have a note on my recipe here that says to spread it out, and it may not go all the way to the edges. Walk away, wait 5 minutes, come back, and then finish the spreading. So, because it does like to retract upon itself quite often. No, just press down like this.
Okay.
Yeah, just press down like that. Okay, so you see what we're doing here. I'm just kind of getting it there, and eventually I want it to fill up the whole cookie sheet. Okay.
So sticky.
Here, put your hand a little bit right there,
Okay.
and you'll get a little bit of oil then on your hands.
It works.
Okay, what we're gonna do is we are gonna wait that 5 minutes, and then we're gonna come back, and it's going to finish going to the edges of the cookie sheets. And in that amount of time, here baby, let mama help.
Okay.
You're a mess. And in that amount of time,
Thanks.
we'll go ahead and cut up some peppers and mushrooms and onions and get them all ready for our pizzas. Okay, it has not even been 5 minutes. It's been about 2 minutes, and this one I was able to go ahead. Shawn, you want to show them? Yeah, I don't know if they can see it or not. This one went ahead and was able to fill out to the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up these other 3, and Anna's going to start poking everything with the fork. And then we are going to put these in the oven, that 450 degree oven that I've had preheated. We're going to put these in there for 5 minutes and just let them cook up slightly. You see how pretty that goes to the edges there. And this is going to rise and be all nice and puffy and beautiful for pizza. Okay. Okay, yep, get all the rest of them done there, Anna Mae, and the faster we get it done, the faster we get to eat. All right, we're gonna finish these up and then we will get them in the oven. All right, Anna Mae, look at that good job she did. They're all pokey-poked and ready to go in the oven. In that 450 degree oven for 5 minutes. Then we're gonna pull them out and put toppings on them. We are getting ready to make our homemade pizza sauce here real quick too, so we'll take you along for that as well. Okay, to the oven. All right, in they go. 5 minutes on the timer. All right, I just made up the pizza sauce here, and this is what it's gonna be. Quick and easy, guys. Basically, for each cookie sheet pizza that you're making, use an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce and a teaspoon of minced garlic, a teaspoon of basil, and a teaspoon of oregano. Since we had the 4 at a time, this is what I used for our 4 cookie sheets at a time, is this big can. I think that's a 29-ounce can of tomato sauce. And so of course I added 4 teaspoons, 4 teaspoons, and 4 teaspoons of this. So the crusts are going to be ready to get out of the oven, and I'll bring them back over here and we will start assembling pizzas. All right, so I've brought them out of the oven now. They did stay in for more than 5 minutes, and you can see just how poofy they are. They're nice, poofy, but they're going to be very lightweight crusts, and they are going to collapse somewhat as we're putting the ingredients on there too. So, but this is what they look like at this point. We're now going to go ahead and start slathering some of our homemade pizza sauce on there, and then the toppings. Okay, I've spread them out somewhat evenly on the 4 pizzas, and Anna is going to go ahead and spread them out in a thin layer over all the pizzas. And I've got Abigail over here. What are you doing, Abigail?
I'm gonna chop cheese
You're gonna shred up cheese with our handy dandy cheese grater. That's a handy little gadget, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you kind of like shredding up cheese, I think. It's a little bit fun at that point. Okay. And then I'm gonna chop up some onions and green peppers, and we'll start getting everything ready to assemble meat and veggies and cheese. And Anna did her job. She got it all fixed up. Ready to go with toppings? Turkey pepperoni and the Canadian bacon. That's what we need next. Okay, you're gonna start with the turkey pepperoni, and we're gonna do 2 all meat. So we'll do turkey pepperoni and then the Canadian bacon on there as well on the 2 all meat. So just these 2 on the end. And then these 2 here we'll do, we call them supreme, but what that means for us is beef, mushroom, onion, and green pepper. So I think that's what we decided. We've debated a little bit here off camera, but I think we're good. All right, got these doctored up. These 2 have a lot of meat on them. We have a little bit of the turkey sausage left over there on the plate, and that will go in a sausage and cheese omelet in the morning while you guys are all eating cereal. I will have a yummy omelet. So 2 of them that are all meat, pepperoni, Canadian bacon, sausage, and hamburger meat. And then 2 that we call supreme, but what that means is beef, mushroom, onion, and green pepper. And the green peppers are from our garden. And that's it as far as the veggies go. Now it's time to put some cheese on there, and we can grate up some more if we need to. Pizza is ready to go into the oven. They look so good. So thinking maybe 20 minutes or so. Recipe says 15 to 20 minutes, but we load our pizzas up, so we go a bit on the longer side. If this were just a cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza, you could probably get by with the 15 minutes, but I think we'll probably go a little longer on ours. All right, pizzas are in. We're gonna set the timer for 10 minutes, and then we will flip them and then do 10 more minutes is our plan. Sarah's got her chicken there. It's up to pressure and it's doing its thing. And she's making the Mexican dip now, which I guess maybe I'll show everybody at the end of the video. Possibly. Maybe. We'll see. Pizza, pizza, pizzas! They're ready. Okay, so yeah, 20 minutes, and I pulled one out. I do not know why, but one looked done after 20 minutes, and the other 3 I shuffled around and left in there for 4 to 5 more minutes. And then they came on out too. Nothing is sticking to the bottom, so Abigail did a great job oiling the bottom of the pans, or oiling the tops of the pans, whatever. You know what I mean. So this is what they look like. This is what we call supreme right here. And then this is the all meat pizzas. So we are gonna start cutting these up, putting them on plates, and watching children get happy. Pizza time!
Pizza, pizza, pizza!
Gonna cut it up, and look, it doesn't even stick. Look at that. Abigail did good. It makes me happy whenever it doesn't stick at all. We'll cut you a littler piece, baby.
What?
We'll cut you a littler piece. 'Cause you're little.
What? A big one?
A big one?
Yeah. And a big one. A big
You're
one.
big?
Yeah.
I thought you were little. You're big?
What is that?
What is that? The sound is the chicken.
Oh. It is.
Okay. Think we'll get some plates, start loading it up,
Yeah, a
and
little bit.
we are going to eat in the living room tonight
And then
while we
little.
watch something.
We
don't know what yet, though.
A baby little.
Okay, they're all in there trying to figure out what we want to watch while we're eating our pizza. And I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to try to get a close-up to show you what the crust looks like and everything in there as it's cooked. So it's just cooked all the way through, nice and crispy on the bottom. Nice and golden brown there on the bottom. So we're dishing it up on plates. You've already taken a bite.
Yeah.
Let me see your face. You already took a bite.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get ready to go eat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, there's Rebekah's piece right there. All right, we're ready to sit down and eat. All set up in the living room. This is a treat. We got the TV trays. We got the TV set up. Sam, what did we decide?
We decided to watch Time Team, a BBC archaeology show.
Okay, and it was was it with Rebekah or Abigail?
Rebekah.
Was it Rebekah? Okay. When I was recovering from my C-section with Rebekah, I sat in one of these recliners holding a newborn baby, and we watched Time Team. So we haven't watched it in a while.
BBC documentary. BBC stuff is a lot better than American stuff. We found.
So he's just trying to woo.
It's true. It's true. I'd rather watch BBC. It's educational.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pray and eat. And I think they've waited long enough. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, guys, that is it for today's video, and I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to go ahead and get our show started up and go ahead and start eating. So if you did like it, please give us a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to our channel. And if you could spread the word and tell your family and friends to watch Ozark Family Homestead. The show's starting. It would help our family's channel grow. Thank you so much, guys, and we will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching Ozark